of a cliff. Realize there must be more to life than this. Reaching for the stars, traveling so far, like a dragonfly. Just grab my hand from heaven sin. We'll meet tonight.
The Wheelybins Mayhem Republic 2-Up Endurance Series. Thanks to our sponsors Limelight Motorsport, Park Lane Jewelry with Kira Lee and Rhino Hire. 2 drivers, Pro-Am style, picked by the Wheelybins Mayhem Republic admin team. This is a series you don't want to miss. This is a fixed car, fixed setup series. Sign up today, just $5 a driver.
He's going the distance. He's going for speed. All alone.
Good evening and welcome. This is Wheelybins TV for the Wheelybins Mayhem Republic, and tonight we are at the Cathedral, Bathurst, Mount Panorama for round 4, race number 4, the final race of the Venom series 2018. It's been an absolutely huge night. In the commentary box with me once again tonight is Matt Norris. How are you tonight?
I'm well, thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me.
More than welcome, and we've got most of the bugs worked out in tonight's stream, which is good to see. Everything is working, and the cars are out on track at the moment for qualify, I believe.
Yes, some early times have been set down with the usual series protagonists rising to the top as they always do, and it's going to be an interesting few minutes of qualifying here.
Yeah, it will be. We've got a few newcomers in tonight's race. Could stir things up, but we've also got our regulars that are fighting for the round 4 championship, which is a tight battle, and also for the overall over the 4 rounds championship, which is Duran has got a firm hold on that coming into tonight's race.
Duran will want to be holding on to that one, but he's got his usual followers, so he'll be fighting them off as much as he can tonight. I'm absolutely sure of that.
Yeah, the times they're throwing down already. Duran already stamping some authority on tonight's race with a 2:03.6. Zach Best a 2:03.7. Harley with a 2:03.9. Good 2:03s there tonight. The track must be holding up well. Jacob Knight with a 2:04 in 4th position. Jamie McKnight, our current round leader, sitting in position number 5 at the moment with a 4:08. Shane Evans with a 2:05. Tyson, who's in the chance at the moment, currently sitting in 3rd position for the round championship, round 4, with a 2:06. I heard he did lay down a 2:05 in the last couple of days, so look for some fast things from him tonight. Wade Michael, who's done had a great go at last week's race and also the races before in this Venom series, sitting in position 8th at the moment. Alex Warburton in 9, and Warren Gilbank sitting in 10, currently in qualifying with 22 minutes remaining in this session.
They've actually got a track temp of 22 degrees tonight, Dan, so it's relatively cool for Bathurst, but 2:03 is already on the board. It's only going to get more interesting from here as the times come down.
It's going to make for a very fast race, and we've got 26 laps, I think it is, around the mountain here tonight. A little bit longer than our usual sessions where we do 19, but 26 laps around here. 51 litres is their starting fuel, so there's going to be a couple of pit stops as well, which makes things interesting. And who knows, we could see that random safety car thrown, which has caused dramas for many others in the past.
We saw a round or two back, it helped Kyle and it hindered everybody else. So anyone's game tonight with a safety car, and being Mount Panorama, you never know what it's going to throw at you. So it'll be good to see how it pans out over the 26 laps, but these qualifying laps are what's important at the minute, and like you were saying, we've got a few top ones up the top.
Yeah, it's going to make for an interesting night. While we're on the topic of tonight's broadcast, big thank you to our sponsors, West End Mazda, who's been along with us for the ride for this whole Venom series, providing the iRacing vouchers for our winners of this series, and also the sponsorship of the shirt and the voucher that goes to the overall championship winner tonight. Big thank you to Jamie and Adam at West End Mazda for their support with this Venom series, and also thank you to Limelight Motorsports, who assist with bringing us these broadcasts and also other giveaways along the way that they've been able to provide. It's been an awesome series, and Wheelybins Mayhem Republic's got plenty of more action to come in the next coming months, with some exciting GT3 series kicking off in 2 weeks' time, and into April, I think it is, as we kick off into an endurance race series. So heaps more to come here on Wheelybins TV, and it's going to be very exciting times for the next few months.
It's going to be fun with some different types of racing. Like, it's great that we race the V8, but the upcoming GT3 series, the upcoming endurance series, they're just going to give us another challenge to watch, more excitement for the drivers. It's going to be great fun.
The endurance series is going to be a very close one, because they're actually going to be running the old Ford V8 supercar, and it's all going to be fixed setup. So it's really going to come down to the driver, and it's a Pro-Am style endurance where you're running 2 cars on the track at the same time for the same team, and your positions on where you come on the track decide your points, but it's also got a lot of emphasis on finishing a race. So and if you can finish alongside your teammate, you know, like a 6th, 7th position, there's bonus points on offer also. So getting that teamwork, the little bit of a mesh between members, and hopefully bringing some of the guys up that are a little bit off the pace, getting them in the seat with the fast guy will improve them, and the faster guys can also learn a little bit from the slower guys about completing races.
It's definitely going to throw a spanner in the works. You won't want to give away a win to go and finish with your teammate, but bonus points might be worth it, so it'll be interesting to watch. That old Falcon though, that's going to be a real challenge for the drivers. It's not quite as comfortable as the new ones to drive, so that'll be fun to watch also.
Yeah, it's got a different handling setup to the current V8 supercar. Not quite as quick, I believe. I haven't done a lot of laps in it personally, but we've got a few members in our group that raced it before they got the current Falcon and obviously Commodore to the service. So they've got some old hand experience with that vehicle, and it could come to their advantage in this endurance series.
Yeah, I've done a few laps in it myself, and I like the new one better. So yeah, having experience in that car is definitely going to be a player factor in that series for them.
That's right, and the GT3 series, of course, the Audi, the Merc, the BMW, McLaren and the Ferrari are all contenders for that series, and it's going to be 2 rounds, 6 races per round. It's going to be a very exciting racing, covering most of the tracks across the globe, a lot of the common ones, but a few odd ones thrown in there as well. It's going to make for some exciting racing. Having a look at the times though, up the top of the charts, Duran's still sitting there. He's put that time down nice and early in tonight's session with the 2:03.6. Zach still in number 2 with Harley in number 3. We've got a few other things. I believe Vincent's going to take us for a lap around in his car tonight, out on the track. So we'll see if we can get Vincent on the line, and hang on, we'll just try and work it out. Here we go. Vincent, hopefully you're on the line, and we'll throw over to you, mate.
Thanks, Dan. Welcome, guys, to a hot lap of Bathurst. Should be interesting. Right. Coming into the last turn. Starting to break a bit out here. Down a second. Not hitting that curb again. Take as much curb as you like there. Coming down here, break 100 meter board. Down a second. Nice clean exit off. Coming up down Mountain Straight now. Going over the hump. Cold tyres. Could be dangerous. Start braking before 100 meter board just here. Back to 3rd. Nice and easy on the throttle and exit. Out to the wall up here. Down to 3rd. 2nd. Out to that wall. Short shift to 3rd. Keeping it in 3rd through here. Not touching the brake. Up to 4th. Run it all the way out to the Great Wall. Make sure you don't hit that wall. Dab of the brake. Settle the car. Back to 3rd. Back to 2nd. Keeping it tight to this wall to get a good turn in for the depot. Up to 3rd. Down to 2nd. And then full throttle down the Conroe. Now, if you're a true Wheelybins member, this is the perfect spot to have a drink or a beverage. Then the 2nd, chase, short shift 3rd, run it out wide over the curb. Up to 4th. back to second. And over the finish line. And there is your hot lap of Bathurst. Hope you guys enjoyed that and it helps you learn the track a little bit more, or where to brake and stuff like that. So, thanks for watching. Back to you, Dan.
Thanks very much for that lap around Mount Panorama, Vincent. Gives us a few insights in a few different corners. We're going to take a quick break here on Wheelybins TV. We'll be back very shortly for the rest of the qualifier session and into tonight's race, race 4 of round 4, the final of the Venom series, all here on Wheelybins TV.
Welcome to West End Mazda. My name is Jamie McKnight, dealer principal, along with my business partners Terry and Adam Dodd. At West End Mazda we're very proud of many things. We're especially excited to be Australia's oldest Mazda dealer, established in 1963. We're also #1 dealer for new vehicle sales in Australia and have been many times. And last year, in fact, we were #1 globally. We've won the prestigious Mazda Master Dealer Awards 17 times, along with multiple Dealer of the Year awards, as you can see. West End Mazda is a family-owned business, employing over 160 staff, including apprentices, sales trainees, and parts interpreters too. So if you're looking to join an amazing team, we'd love to hear from you. We're Mazda's largest parts wholesale dealer in Australia too, with our recently opened massive spare parts facility at Kings Park. We have showrooms at 2 great locations, North Parramatta and Blacktown, with the Mazda range on display and 100 quality used cars for sale at any time. And our finance teams are on hand 7 days a week to assist you with your new or used purchase. We have 2 very large service workshops servicing over 100 vehicles per day at both Parramatta and Blacktown. Booking a service is easy via our website or our smartphone app. If you're in a hurry, we offer Mazda Quick Service, which means we can have you back on the road in under an hour. And you can have a complimentary coffee and use our complimentary Wi-Fi, all while you wait in comfort. West End Mazda is open 7 days per week at 590 Church Street, North Parramatta and 106 Sunny Holt Road, Blacktown. Plus, our service departments are open 6 days a week for your convenience. So come in and experience West End Mazda for yourself. Next time you're thinking about your new Mazda, I'm sure you'll be very impressed.
Welcome back to Wheelybins TV, where we are at Bathurst, Mount Panorama here tonight. The final race of the Venom series. Matt Norris joining me in the current commentary box. It's going to be a little sad to see this series go, I think, Matt.
Yeah, I've not been involved for the longest time, but for the 4 or so races I have been here, it's been incredible to watch these same few people fighting at the front end of the field. It's been a great little series to be part of. So it will be sad to see it go, but bigger and brighter things in the future, I guess.
Yeah, plenty more things to come here on Wheelybins TV. We're going to have another browse at the drivers out on the track at the moment. Currently sitting in number 2, Zach Best, in the Best Harbour Industries livery there. Number 2 doing quite well tonight. We'll see if he can hold on for 26 laps here around Mount Panorama. That will be the challenge.
Always good to note that Jacob and Kyle, Shane and Jamie are all sitting close together again like they always do.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight race for the mid-pack there. Harley Haber in number 3 in the second entry for the BHI team. Done quite well in a lot of these races. Had some good results, set down some very fast times. Hopefully he can get a result here tonight and take some points away from some of these other guys that are fighting for the championship, which is really going to mix things up.
I think from Duran's point of view, it's stay in front and the rest will take care of itself. So he'll be looking to do that tonight. And at the moment, sitting in P1, that's exactly where he's got his mindset, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure. And Jacob Knight, been a good strong performer in many of these Venom rounds, out there again sitting in position 4. he's done really well in a few of these races. Had some bad luck in some of them too, but hopefully tonight here at the mountain he's going to be able to capitalise, as we just see him grab a bit of wall coming down through the S's towards the dipper. That's into the wall there. That's not the way you want to be doing it in qualifying.
Thankfully, though, you can repair it before the race. That is, yeah. No, you don't want to do that.
Kyle Stokes, Shane Evans and Jamie McKnight all sitting in pit lane there at the moment. We'll move over to Kobe Jones. Had a really good run last week in the Venom series. I'm trying to think where we were last week. Was Monza, I think it was.
That flight really does catch up with you, Dan.
It certainly does. I've been all around the world the last couple of weeks, and good to be back here on home ground. But Kobe's had some good results in the Venom series. Sitting in 8th at the moment, he'll be looking for a good result also tonight. And being a newcomer to Wheelybins Mayhem Republic, he'll be wanting to show he's got a little bit of talent and a bit of something to be reckoned with.
Yeah, he's got that boost coming all looking pretty smick. And he's always been a good performer when it comes to our races here in the Venom series. So it's great to see newcomers not only coming into the series, but then coming in and performing well. So
yeah, it's all about the good racing, and someone who likes to have a good race is Tyson McAvoy. Been putting in a lot of hours in at the moment, bringing his lap times down. As you can see, his best lap there is a 2:05.6 already tonight, so he's really showing some form at this later end of the Venom series, and hoping for a great result if he can hold off the Jamie and Kyle in this round. Actually, if Tyson actually wins tonight's race and Jamie manages to finish position 16th or above or below, and Kyle finishes position 8th or below, then Tyson could actually take this round out. So he's in with a real chance. So hopefully he's got that car tuned up, the tank full of fuel and a new water pump fitted, and have no issues tonight.
main thing Tyson's got to do tonight is just avoid any carnage that may happen to the top 8 cars in front of him at the minute, and then the rest will take care of itself.
Too right, and the main man all the way from Sweden, Mikael, is in with us again tonight. I think he missed last week's round, so it's dropped him back a little bit on the points, but sitting in P10 in tonight's qualifying so far, there's nothing worse than having Mikael on your tail in a race, that's for sure, with that scary helmet.
Oh, looks fantastic tonight though.
Quite an unusual pattern, the Abu Garcia. Must be a bit of a fisherman.
Quite different from the Atari Red that we were running a couple of rounds ago, but I like it nonetheless.
Wade Michael, someone else who's joined this series later on throughout the rounds, been doing reasonably well, finishing the races in the WN Racing Falcon. Another one looking for some good consistency and finishing a fair way up the field tonight, I believe, sitting in 13th at the moment.
Yeah, Wade's always been one to just sort of sit around near the back of the top 10, I would say. And he's always been putting in decent results week in, week out. So good to see Wade get another decent result here tonight.
Just switching over to Liam in the Pepsi Max Commodore, who's just actually stoved it into the wall there. He's going to head back out on another lap. Haven't seen a lot of him in a lot of these rounds, but a bit of a newcomer. But obviously most of the guys that are even newcomers to us know the mountain very well and can be very competitive here. So definitely going to make for some good mid-pack racing. Up the front of the field we've probably got our 4 or 5 leaders out the front that may break away, but the mid-pack of the field's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting race in the mid-pack. I might be a bit biased, but if you own one of these cars and you own this track anywhere around the world, this is something that you've got to learn, you've got to become familiar with. It's like a Nürburgring or a Spa. It stands in its own right, this mountain, so it will test the drivers, but whether you're a newcomer or you know it, it's great nonetheless.
Alex Warburton racing with us from New Zealand tonight in the Mega Bulk Fuels Falcon. I think that I think it was Jason Bright that ran that last year on the supercars, so good luck to him tonight. He's more of a Does quite well in the GT3 cars actually, Alex, so we'll see how we can swing this Falcon around here tonight.
A bit slower over the top, doesn't have quite the aero, but from his 206 already, I'd say he's well within the groove.
Russell Boardman, a consistent player here in the Wheelybins series so far, been in most of the races actually, done quite well in the Kenworth Falcon. Always there, middle of the pack, runs a good clean race, gets a good result, and he's kept him consistent in the points and towards the pointy end.
Yeah, I'm not sure about you, Dan, but that Kenworth Falcon sort of reminds me of Will Davison's 23 Red Racing livery. It's got that same sort of ring to it, but looks great.
I think they may have copied Russell there, you could be right. They've seen that car on track and decided to take that base layer and make it into the Milwaukee paint job, so could be a little bit of a copy there. Brendan
It's
Ryan,
very similar.
yeah, Brendan Ryan in the Rhino Hire Holden Commodore. Hopefully he'll get some better results here at the mountain. This is probably one of his favourite places to race around here. Sitting in position 18th in qualifying at the moment. Hoping for some consistency. Actually crashed out of last week's round, so didn't get to take any points home. So a little bit of a bag of points would be nice for him tonight.
Looks like we've also got David Warwick, running the law enforcement tonight. So
Yeah, good to see David out there keeping us Wheelybins under control with the Bogan 1 number plates on that. And a big thank you to David too. He was able to hook us up with some fantastic bumper stickers for the Wheelybins group, so most people got their hands on those. I'm not too sure if you got some actually, Matt.
no, I think I missed out on that one.
You'll have to send me your address later on. We've got a few extras, so I'll shoot you some out.
Too easy, I'll get some of those on my car.
Big thanks to David for doing that. It's a bit of an undertaking, and we've provided free to all our members, so thank you to him for that. Warren Cook, sitting in pits. Don't think he had a great round last week either. Been running into a bit of trouble, but here at Bathurst, Cookie is a person to be reckoned with. He's very consistent, very good, and can put down a reasonable time, so definitely a good mid-pack fielder, and hopefully he gets a good result and a finish here tonight.
And that's one of the best things about the Bathurst circuit, is it doesn't matter where you start this race, anything can happen at this mountain, and you could just about finish. 2014 we saw the craziest race I've ever seen, and the guy who started last won, so anything can happen.
Anything can happen, that's for sure. Jake Vella out in the Monster Energy Falcon tonight, sitting in 22nd position qualifying. Mind you, he's done a 2:07.8, so not exactly a slow lap around here for most people. So to be sitting in 22nd is goes to show the quality of field we've got here at the mountain tonight.
It is extremely tough, and when you put in a 2:07.8 and you think, yeah, I'm doing really well, and you see yourself in 22nd, it's a testament to how strong the rest of the field is. Doing 2:03s to 2:07s back to the 20s, quite a strength of field.
Mitchell Chapman, I believe another newcomer here tonight, sitting in 23rd, a 2:08.4 so far for him in the Penrite Holden Commodore. Looks very smart, that car.
Nice, neat lines. That's what that is.
I'm not too sure about the RTV live sim race broadcasting banner he's got across the top of that windscreen. Here on Wheelybins TV, that could be a little bit of opposition, but hey, we'll let it slide this time.
I don't want to say it, begrudge the RTV broadcast, but I think we do a better job there, Dan.
Oh, it's a level playing field. There's plenty of races out there for everybody to get involved with, that's for sure. That's most of the cars out there on track at the moment. I think a few that we may have missed was Kyle Stokes. Had a great race a couple of rounds ago, so went from the rear of the field after a disastrous start, and then he had a safety car which threw a big hammer in the works for most of the players, and Kyle managed to get that pit strategy just right and win that race. Sitting in third at the moment, sitting in second at the moment in the round points, and has got a real chance of winning tonight's round, but also only sitting in third place in the championship, so he's had a great championship over these 4 rounds.
The key there with Kyle's championship in this series has been consistency. He's always been one punching at the front end of the field, and that's got him to where he is.
Jamie McKnight on track, currently leading this round at the moment, for round number 4, so he'll be looking to take some money back away from the Wheelybins tonight and score himself an iRacing gift card. Sitting in second in the championship, we're adding the points up today actually, and he's just 35 points short of Duran in the championship, and with tonight's race, maximum points, 32 points are the only maximum points on offer. I think Duran's pretty much got this one wrapped up for the championship, which is unfortunate for Jamie because he's been fighting hard towards the end of this round, the end of this series, to really get up there and catch Duran. And Duran also had an unfortunate event where he was unable to make a race, so that dropped him back into points, and Jamie was able to leapfrog and gain some points on him there. But he's had an absolute stellar session of races here in the Venom series, and the West End Mazda and WP concreting car always looks great out on track. Running the Holden again tonight. I think he was running a Falcon last week, so he's a bit of a chop and changer between cars.
It's nice to have 2 different cars you can just pick between. But no, it's always great to see Jamie on track, and he's always sort of pressing further towards the front of the field, which is good to see. Like you said with Duran, not even having a round off, I should say. Jamie was able to get some points back, but it's going to be tight tonight with who finishes where.
Just got a quick picture of Pete Davison, who was out there and just finished up his lap, sitting in 16th. Good luck to Pete tonight, out there on the track mixing it up. I think it's a lot less stressful out there on the track than what it is here in the comms box, so I think he's going to be back one day once he gets himself sorted out again, but enjoying some track time at the moment.
I might force him into it. I might chuck my helmet on.
As long as you just don't desert me and leave me here all on me lonesome.
Wouldn't dare to, Dan. Wouldn't dare to.
Looking at the session time, we have 55 seconds remaining in that qualifying. It disappeared really quick. Let's have a look at the current top 10 in the qualifying. Duran, commanding start right there in number 1. Harley in number 2. Zach, number 3. 2:03.7s these guys are running, or better. That's unbelievably fast times. Very fast between the top 3. Only 0.05 of a second between the top 3. That's pretty close lap times. Jacob Knight in number 4. Kyle Stokes in number 5. There'll be a good battle between those two tonight. Jamie McKnight in 6. He'll also be looking to take advantage and get past those two tonight. It'll be some good racing. Shane Evans in number 7 and Kobe Jones in number 8. Bradley Ratu in number 9 and Tyson rounding out the number 10 here in qualifying. It's going to be a huge race here. 26 laps around the mountain. What more could you want?
Probably a Ford win. Is that biased?
A Ford win. We can all dream. We can all dream. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back for the start of the race as the cars start to grid very shortly. Welcome back here to Wheelybins TV, the Venom series, race 4, round 4, the finale of the Venom series. Here at Mount Panorama tonight, the cars are just starting to hit the grid. It's going to be an exciting night tonight, Matt. I can feel it's going to be a good one.
I can feel it's just going to be a race around Bathurst, and it's going to throw everything at us, and it's going to be unbelievably awesome to watch.
Yeah, these guys are going to put on a real good show. I did give them the heads up before the race. I said, guys, come on, give us some good racing. So hopefully they've heeded that advice and going to give us some great racing here tonight at the mountain.
I hope so. I think everyone's to the grid now.
Big thanks to West End Mazda and Limelight Motorsport for your assistance with this series. As the revs start to rise, green flag, go, 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 as we are away. Big jump there from Duran out to the outside, taking that racing line. Harley and Zach in the BHI cars sitting there right behind him.
Nice clean start. Looks like everyone got away clean in the back of the field there too. So he's going to be on for the run up the mountain.
Jacob and Kyle also up there in the front running pack. A little bit of side-by-side action there for the Chief.
A bit of a push there from Harley.
Great to see for the bulk of the cars all make it through cleanly. Up through the cutting, it could be normally be a little bit of push and shove.
With the Constantino at the slowest points of the circuit of the cutting there. Going through Middle Great up to McPhillamy Park.
A bit of damage there to Brendan Ryan in the Rhino hire car. A little bit of wall rub. Back towards the back of the pack. Might have been a little bit of a biffo there. You see Ian Holt just coming up through the cutting now. Hamilton in behind him.
As usual, all the front runners are at the front of the field where they qualified, so this is going to be a good race as these top three have just nipped away that little bit in the opening lap.
The battle there with Duran out in front. Harley right on his tail, going to go for the dive down the inside. A little lock of the rears, manages to gather it up. Teammate Zach sitting right behind him, ready to pounce as well, as we see Kyle duck to the inside, up the inside of Jacob, and to make the pass here on turn one.
Zach's going to have a go as well. Duran's back to third after all that.
These guys are in it to win it, that's for sure. They battle up mountain straight. Duran's not letting that go. He's going to have the inside run for this corner. Who's going to out-break each other? Break on exactly the same time, but Duran's just got the better position for that corner. And Zach's had to just button out a little bit.
This could be a team play from Zach because he's just let Harley skip away here a little. Boys, no buys a hole there.
See Kyle and Jacob back there in 4th and 5th for those guys. Jamie McKnight sitting in behind them. The front runner of the pack back a second and a half, almost back to Chief sitting in number 7. Kobe Jones in behind him.
Great thing about the race so far is it seems fairly clean. It seems like everyone's kept a bit of room between each other and been quite respectful. So this is good going forward in tonight's race.
Yeah, I don't think I actually seen many heavy incidents on that first lap, which is great, which is always a dicey part of the race.
And very unlike Bathurst.
Very unlike Bathurst. Pete Davison moved up to position 12 from 16 in his start grid. See Brendan Jackson in the Penrite car just skip a little bit of grass as he's passed by the other Penrite car through the chase. Got Warren Gilbanks there in 17th. Bit of damage there to Warren's car, unfortunately. He was having a good qualify session, so hopefully that doesn't... It's probably going to hinder his performance a little bit, looking at the body damage on that car. Brendan Ryan with a few bent panels also. Russell Boardman looking reasonably clean. No, he's got a missing boot lid, so there may have been a bit of a biff there on that first lap, but we didn't catch the cars at the end of the field there. A few damaged vehicles.
We must have missed something because Tyson's down one lap and sitting just ahead of Kyle on the road. That's not good for that championship hunt.
Not at all. So we'll go through. I'll see if I can find a replay of Tyson there. Sure, if I can do that, it's not going to work for me. Unable to find a replay of that, unfortunately. So, yeah, I wonder what had happened there at the end of the race. I'm sure we'll get filled in with it a little bit later on. Here's Warren Cooks had to go into the pits to get some heavy damage. Ian Holt's also in the pits, massive damage to that car. Unfortunate for those guys.
Not what you like to see at the mountain.
No, Harley out in front at the moment though. Trying to shake Duran off his tail and break that slipstream so Duran can't catch up to him down Conrod. Great run there though.
He's to have skipped that a little bit clear of Zach there, so definitely close at the front.
Jacob Knight and Jamie McKnight just coming through the chase there now. Let's see, lapped car there of Tyson just moving out the way there, let Kyle go past.
He loses it right into the back of the pit straight runoff.
There's a bit of a lock of the rears there, I think. Fortunate for those guys. See Jimmy also having some trouble in the West Point Falcon, just letting the leaders go past.
Not sure whether Kyle ran wide there, but Jacobs got right under him and got past.
And Jamie's right up under the bumper now of Kyle. These two have got history coming up through the cutting there from a race it was in round 3 I think it was. Had a little bit of a coming together there, and Jamie was the one who came off second best unfortunately, so hopefully there's no hard feelings there and there's no paybacks.
These two have come together in a few races this series of the Venom series.
There has been a lot of rubbing as racing. I don't think any of it's been intentional. It's just wrong place at wrong time, and they're both people who obviously don't want to give an inch. So when neither player wants to give an inch, there's not really an inch there to spare.
And that's sort of the best core bit of racing these cars, is that you can rub them.
Jake Vella there just got far too much wall coming up over Skyline and almost rolled that car off into the gravel pit. Huge damage to the front left of that car. That's going to send him to the pits.
That was massive.
Liam in the Pepsi Max also damage to that car. Looks like he's possibly going to keep that one out to his scheduled pit stop though. Hopefully it's still handling well. David Wack in our Bogan 1 police car, sitting in 21st at the moment. Little bit of damage to the right front of this car.
He's been enforcing the law already.
Doing a few of those pit manoeuvres. It's bad news for Tyson, being sent back to 25th. He'd been putting in some hard yards around this track tonight and was hoping for a real good result, but that's not going to help him out. I'll bet you he'll be praying for a safety car tonight.
Be praying for something to get him up the front and to get him fighting. His car looks relatively straight, so whether he's taken a fast repair or not, I'm not sure, but it looks as though just being caught up in that front pack has got him where he is.
Just having a look at the YouTube chat, and there's a fan there for this man, Mr. Mitchell Chapman. Evidently he's going to people in the chat room supporting him, so thanks for watching the stream, guys. And there's your driver right there in the Penrite Hold Commodore, sitting in 14th at the moment, doing really well.
Great to have support from fans and friends alike.
Duran's just jumped back a little bit off Harley. Zach's still there as well. All looking aggressive and racy tonight.
I think that's the best thing about Mount Panorama is you don't hold back at this racetrack. You bring your game a level up.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a track that a lot of people know and get a lot of laps around, so there's a lot of confidence as we see Duran just almost poke the nose down the inside of Harley.
I think it was Road America where he's performed a move like that, and I think it shook Harley that time, so we're going to try that again.
Moving back, the man currently sitting in second in the round 4 championship, position 3 in the overall championship. Kyle Stokes fighting it out still with Jacob and Jamie. Little battle pack here. Shane Evans sitting there in the back, just watching these guys fight it out, as he's done quite a few of the rounds actually. Just sat there and waited for these guys to make a mistake. Unfortunately, they don't make many mistakes, so Shane hasn't been able to capitalise.
I'm going to say Shane's not that far up on the in the points, so hasn't worked in his favour too often. But when they're battling this close around this circuit, I can understand why you would sit back and watch.
There's some hard, close racing between these guys. Right up on the bumper there, we see Kyle under the wings, all underneath each other's wings as they come up out of the cutting there, down through the grate. Guys are turning it on tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether Jamie's just backed off a bit from him here, but they all close up again down the bottom of the mountain. And
starting to see Shane now close up on the bumper of Jamie. It's going to be a 4-car train here soon.
And that's going to aggravate 3 of them, who won't be happy that they're in a train.
Great racing from these guys. Good respect between them. No paint switching whatsoever. It's awesome driving. Moving back to McHale in position 8th at the moment. He's got a bit of clear air around him. Corby sitting in behind him though. Just got about 5 seconds between him and the next car on the road, Shane Evans. Bit of breathing space there for McHale.
And this is one of the benefits of where McHale's been sitting in some of our races. He sits back in the opening laps, and then after the pit stop sequence, he's right up in the battle. So I'm expecting big things of McHale tonight.
Bradley there, just making a cover move to the inside there, so Pete couldn't make that inside pass around the last turn. See these two battling it out. We've got Alex sitting in behind them as well. Oh, Alex has come through the corner and collected Peter. That's unfortunate right there. Unbelievable. We'll have to see if we can get... it's not going to let me have a replay of that one either, unfortunately. Let me...
I'd say he's just locked up the brakes a bit too late, and that's unfortunately taking the boats out.
Yeah, for sure. Whoa. Get a look of that on the replay again. Just grabbed the rears, just nicked the back of Pete. Oh, that's terrible. Alex has not fired that car back up again. He must be shaking himself off and gone straight back to the pits. Oh, a bit of heavy damage to the front of that car. That's not what you want to see, that's for sure.
Meanwhile, Peter's right out there and back into it.
Yeah, he's having a real go there on the back of Brendan, I think it was. Bradley, it was right on the back of Bradley. Trying to make that pass. A bit of dust down Conrod straight at the moment.
Ooh, Chapman's off the road.
Whoa, he's just grabbed that inside curb as well, coming up over the top of Skyline off into the dirt. Lucky to hang on to that one.
Just let Pete right on through, so he'll be able to get back to the lane and fix that Falcon up and keep on pushing.
Lap number 7, and they're running a larger starting amount of fuel. Normally they're starting to look at pits about now, running a 33 litre tank. Tonight running 51 litres as their starting fuel, so let's stretch that out a couple more laps. Probably around lap 12. I'm thinking we'll probably set them in for their first lot of pit stops. Back to this train, we see Jamie's made the move on Kyle. Stepped up behind Jacob.
Going further up the field, I think we've missed something there with Harley and Duran. Both of them seem to be missing a panel.
Could be just net cloud on your screen. They've still got panels on my screen. However, we have lost Zach.
Yeah, Zach's dropped.
Line there for Zach, I'm not too sure.
Back to the 4-car train of Jacob, Jamie, Kyle and Shane.
Fighting it out across the top of the mountain. Quite a show here tonight.
And that's the thing, like you were saying before, it's all been respectful. None of them have traded paint with each other. It's all been close, clean racing.
Jack back out there on the track, hopefully. No, he's still in the pits according to this, so... No, Zach is back out on track, number 22. 22 position, so good to see him back out there on the track again. Although that could be wrong. No, I think he may still be in the pits. Something's not quite clicking here tonight. We'll just go back up to the front of the pack. I'll stop trying to play replays and get fancy for you folks. We'll just keep an eye on the action.
It looks like that net code on my screen has disappeared and they've got their panels back, so...
That was a fast repair. As we've seen, Shane Evans has done his usual, taking that early pit stop, looking for that undercut on these guys, get a little bit of a jump on them in the pit stops, see if that works for him. He's the first one out of the lead pack there to take his pit stop.
He's come out right in front of Mitchell Chapman there, so he'll be pushing on old tyres to stay in front of Mitchell.
That'll pack up the front as we see Kyle's made his way past Jamie McKnight again. Possibly is some damage there now to Jamie's car, the right hand front damage. There could have been a little bit of biff and barge there.
Not seeing any witness marks on any other car, so he may have just come over McPhillamy too close. One of the walls dropping down through the dipper.
Just grabbed a bit of guard. It's easy to do. The walls seem to move around here. They jump out in front of you.
If you're off your mark by the slightest, you will find one. I guarantee it.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to get it wrong around here. Mikhail down through the chase. He's actually gained a little bit of time there on the back of Jamie McKnight.
Kyle and Jamie are both in.
Leaving Jacob out there. This worked for Jacob last time too in one of the other rounds too. Stayed out there for an extra lap, I think it was. And I think Jamie McKnight actually was quite a late pit stop in some of our races. So a little bit of a different strategy tonight. We'll see where these two pop back out in front in regards to Shane Evans, who's pitted the lap before. Duran also in the pit lane at the moment, in the number 1 pit box.
Shane's just coming up to the 23rd and final corner. Murray's right now, so it'll be good to see where he pops out or when out.
Ooh, as you see Mitchell Chapman grab a big slide there. That final turn. Back out the pit lane now. Shane Evans is going to be coming up the side of Jamie McKnight. This is going to be close.
On warm tyres, Shane will have a better run here.
He will, and he's got that good run up the inside for that turn 2.
So the undercuts worked for Shane.
Yeah,
It'd be great to see if it'll work for Jacob to do the overcut.
gained him 2 seconds there. See Harley just starting on Conrod Straight. We'll see if he takes his pit stop this time around as well.
He's just skipped away from Duran. Actually, Duran would have pitted.
Duran's had his pit stop there, so he's back to 6th at the moment. So he's the provisional leader at the moment. Whoa, as Duran's had a big lose and hit the wall. Wow.
That's not a comfortable spot to lose the car either.
Not a great spot to lose the car. And he's been able to turn that around. That was very lucky.
Just in front of Kyle and... Oh, it's lucky he got off the right side of the road there.
Able to get that car back around again. Just after a pit stop too, so he's suffering some heavy damage now. Will he choose to go in and get that car fixed and get back out? I probably think that's his better option.
You're going to want a clean car fighting at the front of the field here.
To see Harley's entered pit lane in for his pit stop. Jacob also.
Jacob's jumped in as well.
I think we've seen David Wack there is also in for his pit stop.
And Mikhail to cap off the quartet.
Big mistake there for our championship leader coming over the top of the mountain. There's some heavy damage to that car. He's coming straight into pit lane. He's going to get that car fixed up. Pit crew will be readying themselves to get that sorted out and back out on the track again. It's going to put him out of that battle at the front there with Harley. As we see him back out on the track up Mountain Straight now. Corby Jones, our current race leader, still yet to pit, holding out there for a long time. He's going to be running close to the end of his fuel bracket here.
Duran will definitely be wanting a safety car now to change everyone's strategy and throw him a lifeline here.
There is the possibility of a safety car. We're currently on lap 11 of 26 here at Bathurst tonight. Tyson's made his way back up to position 18th, a lap down unfortunately. Bad luck for Tyson tonight.
There's two of the series protagonists who have not had a good run.
It leaves Harley out there in front with his teammate Zach having an incident earlier on, set him back in the field as well, and Duran now having that off. Harley's going to run away a bit with this race because his next bit of competition's Kyle, who's 11 seconds back on the track. And Shane Evans sitting right behind him as we see Jacob in behind Kyle, and Jamie McKnight's moved back behind Jacob as well after that pit stop. So that later pit stop did work well for Jacob as well. Managed to get the jump on Jamie.
Did lose out the Kyle though, so worked in one way, didn't work in the other.
Bit of a switcheroony around for these four now.
But still locked together in the heat of the battle, so that hasn't changed.
Big Corby Jones come in for a pit stop. Tyson also in pit lane as well.
He'll hand the lead back to Harley.
Greg Hamilton in position 18th at the moment. Possibly was tied up a little bit in that first couple of laps incidents. Not normally quite this far back, but hopefully he can improve on those positions Well, he's just gone a lap down with Harley just in front of him there. Ryan across the top of the mountain with Cookie fighting it out for 17th, and Cookie's back in position 20th at the moment.
They're all trying to make up ground with the leaders.
It's shaking them up, which some of that action in the field set some of these guys back a little bit on the pack, which is unfortunate. So we could just pray for that safety car to close it, because at the moment Harley's got an 11-second gap over Kyle. Kyle, Shane, Jacob and Jamie still fighting it out across the top. They're probably not too interested in having a safety car. They're trying to get a little bit of a gap there between each of them. Brendan Jackson doing a great job in position 6th. McHale, he has got McHale on his tail though, so we'll see how that ends up.
It's not going to be comfortable for him.
And McHale's a great racer, and he's certainly not someone you want on your tail, because he's definitely going to pass you if he gets there, and very intimidating driver, but very clean driver as well. Does great.
He sort of does the old Craig Lowndes, where he occupies the back of every mirror on your car. He'll fill it with his Commodore and really throw you off your game if it catches your eye. So good to have someone like McHale in the series.
Pete Davison, who we've seen tied up in that other incident on turn 1 with Alex, back out with that car repaired, position number 9 for him, just inside the top 10. Bradley in number 10, a bit of damage to that Commodore, going to be hurting his speed.
Yeah, it's not looking too flash as it should.
No, for sure. Number 11, Russell Boardman, had that car repaired as well, got a new boot lid on it, that'll help him out. Lap number 13 for the leaders.
Bradley's bringing that in now to be fixed, so it set him right.
Liam's had that Pepsi Max Holden Commodore fixed up also. We see him a little bit loose into the chase there. Behind him, Mitchell Chapman. Wade Michael, the WM Racing Falcon.
Duran's still in the lane, still getting fixed.
Yeah, it's a long pit stop for Duran. It's going to see him a long way back. Probably, it's not going to hinder his championship hopes for the 4-round championship, but he would have been wanting to finish on a high tonight. Rounding through your top 10, Harley there in number 1, Kyle in number 2 with a 12-second lead. Harley's got over Kyle. Back to Shane in number 3. 4th, Jacob Knight, Jamie McKnight, Brendan Jackson, McHale in number 7, Colby in 8, Pete Davison in 9, number 10, Mr. Russell Boardman. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back real soon on Wheelybins TV.
Welcome to West End Mazda. My name is Jamie McKnight, dealer principal, along with my business partners Terry and Adam Dodd. At West End Mazda, we're very proud of many things. We're especially excited to be Australia's oldest Mazda dealer, established in 1963. We're also number 1 dealer for new vehicle sales in Australia and have been many times. And last year, in fact, we were number 1 globally. We've won the prestigious Mazda Master Dealer Awards 17 times, along with multiple Dealer of the Year awards, as you can see. West End Mazda is a family-owned business, employing over 160 staff, including apprentices, sales trainees, and parts interpreters too. So if you're looking to join an amazing team, we'd love to hear from you. We're Mazda's largest parts wholesale dealer in Australia too, with our recently opened massive spare parts facility at Kings Park. We have showrooms at 2 great locations, North Parramatta and Blacktown, with the Mazda range on display and 100 quality used cars for sale at any time. And our finance teams are on hand 7 days a week to assist you with your new used purchase. We have 2 very large service workshops servicing over 100 vehicles per day at both Parramatta and Blacktown. Booking a service is easy via our website or our smartphone app. If you're in a hurry, we offer Mazda Quick Service, which means we can have you back on the road in under an hour. and you can have a complimentary coffee and use our complimentary Wi-Fi all while you wait in comfort. West End Mazda is open 7 days per week at 590 Church Street, North Parramatta and 106 Sunny Holt Road, Blacktown. Plus, our service departments are open 6 days a week for your convenience. So come in and experience West End Mazda for yourself. Next time you're thinking about your new Mazda, I'm sure you'll be very impressed.
Welcome back to Wheelybins TV. Looking at our current race leader, Harley Haber, doing it really easy out there at the moment with a 13-second lead. With Duran having to take an extended pit stop there with some damage. Zach also taking some damage earlier on and having to get a pit stop out on that vehicle as well. Left him out in front with quite a considerable gap. He won't be enjoying it, I'm sure. Normally much of a racer and doesn't like to drive on his own. I did log into the race radio there while we were during the break just to see if there was the possibility of a safety car. I didn't get any indication, however there was some chatter of it, so we'll find out.
Thing about Harley being in the lead there is, like you say, he won't want to be by himself, and if he does get caught up thinking about racing by himself, he will probably make a mistake. So it's best to just keep your eyes focused on the job and keep that lead, or that gap he's got down to Kyle.
Jamie McKnight's managed to make it, and Jacob have both managed to make it past Shane during the outbreak. Getting that position. Whoa, as we see Shay get a whole handful of understeer there and almost running into the pedigree wall.
Got a rear quarter panel damage on the back of Shane's, maybe? You see the top, sort of, those three cars of Kyle, Jacob, and Jamie have all skipped away and separated a bit from each other, so they'll now be trying to close the gap.
A little bit of breathing space for this mid part of the race. Lap leader is on lap number 15, 26 here tonight around the mountain. And Brendan Jackson, who is currently 8 seconds away from the next car, which is Shane Evans, sitting in position 6th. Mikhail's backed off a little bit there from the back of Brendan's car. Give him a little bit of breathing space. Duran, I think, was sitting in there behind Mikhail, but would be a lap down. Kobe Jones in number 8, Pete Davison sitting in number 9.
Russell Boardman rounding out the 10.
Alright, Venom and Series champion is back in number 18th after that damage to the car. Tyson McAvoy still trying to get a recovery there with 19.
Rand just locking up there into the final corner.
And behind the back of Mikhail to avoid him, yeah. Had a bit of a rough night here tonight. He has had some pretty big races on in the last week or so. Had some big achievements as well.
He was looking to come to Bathurst tonight and relax. He had the wrong idea for Duran.
Yes, certainly did. These guys have really turned up the heat for him tonight. David Wack still doing good in position number 20. Keeping these rat bags under control in the highway patrol car. Jim Dilios is still doing out on track. The West Point Falcon. See Jacob just squeezing through on the inside of him there. Coming through the S's. For Jim to just step aside and let these guys through. Oh, it's a bit of a tight battle here. Jim's just coming around the outside of Wade. We've got Jamie McKnight wanting to step through as well.
And Evans behind also.
Pass cleanly. Daniel will get a bit of use Jim as a bit of a toe down the straight here. Finally, he'll probably step out and round him up. Jim's not really letting him go though. drag race down the straight. We see Shane also pass Wade. Warren Cook, unfortunately, back in the pits with some heavy damage to that Commodore. It's unfortunate to see him in the pits tonight. He had a good qualifying result and was hoping for some good race results here tonight. The race leader though, Harley Haber, comfortably out in front. 15 seconds now, the gap back to Kyle. These guys have turned it on quite early, and quite a few of the cars have broken down and spread these guys out quite considerably.
One of the things about Bathurst, it needs consistent racecraft, and yeah, it can separate them like that.
That DuPont car of Jacobs does look great though. Red, blue with the yellow and green stripes. Great looking car. They're NASCAR inspired, I believe. Or IndyCar inspired. One of the two.
Yeah, 24 on the roof there definitely feels NASCAR. But yeah, like you say, it's a magnificent looking livery.
Jamie McKnight and Shane Evans have dropped back to 6 and 7. Brendan Jackson and Mikhail have gone. That's because Jamie McKnight and Shane Evans have taken their second pit stops here on lap number 17.
They'll be fueled now. They'll be ready to go for the run home.
It'd be interesting if we get a safety car at this point with the top 4, 5, 6 cars still yet to pit for their second stop. These guys have already pitted.
And being fueled for the run home, it means a safety car will only help their chances when that field's closed up. They'll make the run sitting in. They were 4th and 5th on the road before that stop, so.
See, no doubt these guys have seen that Harley and Kyle and Jacob all hitting the pit lane now. These guys would have learnt from previous mistakes that possibility of a safety car would hurt them, so getting into that pit lane is a good opportunity to get it out the way and done. Amy McKnight down in through the cutting. Gain back a few of those positions while these guys are in the pit stop.
Brendan Jackson also pitting there, so a lot of them have taken the message and have pitted.
Jump on board Jamie McKnight's car. Take us for a lap around the track on board the West End Mazda WP Concreting Commodore tonight. Doing well, position 5th tonight. A little bit of understeer into that first corner. Jump in the cockpit and have a look at it from Jamie's view around up through the cutting. Turned around car there, that was that Pepsi Max Commodore.
One of the worst things about the cutting is having a blind exit like that. You never really know what's coming up. You just got to hope for the best as you come around these blind corners.
Fair bit of focus on Jamie McKnight's face at the moment. We've got the camera focused on his head in the cockpit. There's a lot of determination in underneath that helmet, I believe.
He's not giving much away.
No, he's got that real Stig serious look about him, that's for sure. Thanks for letting us jumping on board there though. It's an interesting perspective. Down into Forest Elbow. Zach Best there is obviously a lap down from that incident earlier. Stepping aside now, Jamie passed.
There's Brian Jones, actually.
Oh, okay.
Cars look alike, that's why I did a double take.
Great onboard lap there with Jamie McKnight in the West End Mazda WP Concreting Holden Commodore. We'd have a chat to him, but I'm pretty sure he's got that focused look on his face. He probably doesn't want us bothering him for a chat. Yeah, taking a look at that face, he definitely doesn't want to chat at this stage of the race. He's got some pretty concentrating to do on these guys to catch Jacob and Kyle.
He'll be as serious as the mountain he's now facing.
Up number 19 for the leader, 26 here tonight around the mountain.
I think Mikhail's actually not pitted for his second stop. I think he's running his fuel load right out there.
It was a little bit late as we jump on board Mikhail, and I almost gave a fright there as the camera changed views to have a look at Mikhail's helmet. Quite a scary looking face. Sitting in second at the moment, but not being done his second pit stop yet. Hanging out there till the last moment to get it done.
There are a few stories up and down the track here. A lot of people will want safety car to close up to Harley. Some people won't. Mikhail probably won't. He'll want to take a pit stop with the gap he's got. Doesn't appear to be huge, so we'll get overtaken by Kyle.
There's some interesting strategy in play. But we'll see Mikhail. No, is Mikhail staying out for
Goes
another
around
lap?
again.
Got some technology on board in that car to keep it running, because he must be starting to run low on juice.
Unless his fuel number's just scared of his helmet and won't tell him.
Well, that's true. Keep giving him more fuel, because there's no way you'd want to be saying I'm out of fuel to that face.
Not at all. It would scare anyone.
Jump on board the Shane Evans Power Falcon. The chief, we call him. He is our host master of Wheelybins Mayhem Republic. Hosts around probably 95% of our races, 365 days a year, 7 days a week. Does an extraordinary job bringing up our schedules and running these race meets. Race controller. Good to see a good result for him tonight, sitting in position 6 at least.
And fifth when Mikhail actually takes his stop. So great the Wheelybins are able to put on 365 a year sessions and can keep a lot of the binners happy with their races.
Oh, just a few wall grazes there for the chief over the top of the mountain. Bit of damage to the left hand front and now the right hand front.
Don't need those panels, Shane. You can race without them. Press on.
A little bit of weight reduction.
You'll need anything you can get up with Jamie there.
Not sure if it's really helping the aero of that Falcon though. A lot of damage to that car. Both sides. Brendan Jackson, number 7th in the Penrite Erebus entry.
Quite a different look from the other Penrite car of Mitchell Chapman on track.
Yeah, concentration on Brendan's face as well tonight in the cockpit.
These helmets, they don't get as much away as the open faced ones that it used to.
No, not at all. Got a hamburger cam on top of the Penrite car. Down through the chase and into the last turn of the circuit, the left-hander. Tough one to get right. You don't want to grab that curb on the inside or you will put the car up on 2 wheels and straight into that Armco on the right hand side.
And we've seen many lock up at that corner too and bury it deep in the sand, so you want to make sure you brake at the latest moment possible but not go too deep.
Kobe Jones in number 8 in the Boost Mobile car. pretty good result here for him tonight. Bit a few ups and downs I think there was earlier on, but to be up in 8th position in this field, calibre of field, is a good result. Pete Davison in behind him after a bit of a turbulent mid-race there. Managed to get back up to 9.
Oh, is Kobe just sort of gets a bit sideways off the exit there?
Mitchell Chapman's actually one of our last ones to be in for a pit stop, in 10th at the moment, hitting it for his 2nd pit stop here tonight. On board Russell Boardman in 10th position, Kenworth car, Mountain Straight. See if we can jump on board there, Russell, as I'm pretty sure we can hear his drinks sloshing around as he's going up Mountain Straight there. There's a bit of ice in his cup holder there. Probably take a swig of that down Mountain Straight.
And one of the things about Bathurst is that it's the only time, besides Mountain Straight and Conrod, the only time really to take a drink.
Yeah, across the top of the mountain over the bumps. Hope he's got it in an anti-spill cup though, a bit lumpy.
Over the rise, over the crest, you wouldn't want to get it too airborne, you'd throw your drink all over the place.
Bradley in number 11, been in for 3 stops this race. A little incident earlier on, we had some damage, had to take that car into the pit for repairs. Aid Michael with the front of that Falcon well and truly bent, no boot lid. Got back and see how Tyson's going. He's moved up to position 15. Terrible start to this race for him. Had some real potential to possibly take this championship, take the round number 4 out tonight. There was certainly a chance.
No doubt he'll be fighting hard next time the Venom series is run.
Brian Jones, another West End Mazda Falcon. Through the cutting, Tyson right up on his tail. We gained that extra position.
Following tight in under the change of the tree and all the way through to Metal Grey.
Out in front we see Harley down through the chase, our race leader tonight. 23 seconds clear of 2nd place Kyle. Huge gap there. Unfortunately the competition's fallen away a little bit for Harley tonight and been left out on his lonesome out the front. Race win is a race win though.
I'm sure any of the drivers here tonight will take a trophy with open arms and won't care how it came to them.
Kyle and Jacob still fighting out here. 2nd place is up for grabs out of these two. Jamie McKnight also in number 4. These 3 haven't given up all night. Been on each other's bumpers. I'm sure they're sick of seeing each other's cars. Shane Evans with that damage done to his cars, putting back off the pace a little bit now, down to 5th.
I'm almost 90% sure that when we go to a GT3 series, these 3 are still going to be locked together.
Yeah, for sure. There will be the variance in cars, of course, but with the recent updates, most of the GT3 cars are quite evenly matched. It's brought the Merc back down to earth and a bit more of a level playing field.
Yeah, the balance of performance is really improved in the latest update, so no matter which one you pick, to be set.
Rhino high car of Brendan Ryan, 17th position. Been a bit of a tough night at the mountain for him. Had a few incidents with the wall as we just see him bail out of a little bit of a turn there, almost having another meeting with the wall.
He'll be happy to walk away with 18th tonight, and that'll be that.
David Walker, Highway Patrolman, Bogan 1. 19th night so far. Best lap around here has been a 2:14, so it's been taking it steady. But that's getting clean laps around here is the secret to start getting fast laps, because there's no point being fast if you can't be consistent.
And that's the main thing with the mountain is you need to know where the car's going to go if you get it wrong, and just going out and blazing into the fence on turn 1 is not going to get you those results. So start off slow, bring the pace up as you get more confidence.
These two have been in a bit of double trouble tonight. It's Cookie and Jim have both just rolled out of the pits together after getting some repairs done on their cars. I'm sure these two will be on for a little bit of a battle towards the end of this race. It's for 20th and 21st. A bit of a fun battle. No sheep stations involved for these guys, but they love having a good race.
Good to see them just sort of getting on track and getting those few laps.
Fortunate to see the retirement list tonight. Bit of a list there with Liam, Warren, Zach, Alex, Jake, Holtzy, Nathan, Jaden, Ryan, Vincent, Aaron. Quite a retirement list there for tonight's race. It's been quite tough on equipment here at the mountain tonight.
Yeah, we've also had Mitchell Chapman drop out, which our live stream feed has been alive with his praises tonight, so that's unfortunate.
According to me, Mitchell Chapman's still out on track, sitting in 18th.
Has reconnected.
Managed to get... Oh, okay, so he had to drop out. Ah, that is unfortunate. For him, he was doing quite well early on. Looks like there was some talk of they had a stuck wheel nut, maybe the reason for his delay in the pit stop. Bad luck there for Mitchell. Thanks to all you guys on the YouTube channel tonight tuning in and watching this broadcast of Wheelybins TV for the Venom series. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, you won't miss out on any of the action. We've got some great races coming up with the GT3 series starting in 2 weeks' time. 6 races there for the first round, and then we'll move into the 6 races of the Endurance series with the old Falcon 2-up teams. It's going to be a great series as well, and then another round of 6 races for the second round of the GT3 series. So it'll all be here when I'm available. It'll all be here on Wheelybins TV, so stick around and hit the subscribe button and you won't miss any of the action. If you want to get involved with Wheelybins, follow us to our website, wheelybinsmayhemrepublic.com. Plenty of information there on our series events, our schedules, how to get involved. Sign up on our Facebook page, read our rules, agree to our agreements and sell us your soul, and we might let you join and come and have some fun with us here on the track.
And then when you do join in, it's not as bad as you first think it is, with the competition being extremely tight.
No, they're a great bunch of blokes, and always willing to help out with setups and tips and get everybody up to speed. There are quite a few newcomers in the last couple of months that have shaved 5 to 6 seconds off their times around here at the mountain with a bit of assistance with some of the faster guys and some tips on setups for the cars, so always happy to help.
The benefit of being in the Wheelybins sessions is that the faster guys will offer some advice if you're not quite at their level, so it's not an individual sort of thing. Everyone gets a bit of help.
We actually did hold some coaching clinics a while back. We'll have to start that back up again. Final lap now for Harley as he takes the white flag. One more lap around here at Mount Panorama. He's had an absolute great race. Consistency, good lap times. The best lap on this race actually was a 2:04.5. He's still doing 2:05.2s around here with his last lap, so he definitely hasn't dialed down the pace.
I think that's one of the things Harley had to do, is just once all the competition around him fell away, he just had to focus 100% on every lap. And you can see by the times he's done that he's just done that.
Yeah, lap after lap, still putting down the good times. And making it here till lap number 26.
It's great to see the battle further back down the field between Kyle, Jacob and Jamie. Is as intense as ever.
Been a little intense like this all night. I'm sure these guys are going to enjoy this race finishing and be able to just have a little bit of a rest, because it has been on since the go of this race. All three of them have been on each other's bumpers all night.
I think it was only about a lap or two where they weren't, but then they were right back into it after the stop. So they're definitely going to enjoy not being under pressure for a lap.
See Duran up on the tail of Shane Evans at the moment. He lapped down unfortunately, but good to see him back out on track after that incident coming through the S's with the heavy damage done to his car and a long pit stop sent him a long way back. Harley for the last time down into the chase. Best Haber Industries Falcon.
We got Brendan and Mikkel having a battle over the top of the skyline there. So congratulations to Harley for grabbing the win.
See Harley take the checkered flag, big burnouts at the end. Mount Panorama champion here for race number 4 of round 4 on the Venom series. Great to see him take this race win. Big burnouts down the mountain straight. And we've seen some big mix up here. Jamie McKnight looks like he's going to pull second place here. Been a bit of argy-bargy coming down Conrod. Allowed Kyle to take third place and Jacob into number 4. Big burnouts off the finish line here for these guys. We'll see if we can get some interviews with them right now.
So, Mikkel's going to hold out from Brendan and grab Hicks across the line.
Great race, guys, and some exciting turns of events there. Harley, fantastic to get the race win, I bet, under your belt here for race number 4 in the Venom series.
Wrong channel, Dan, sorry. Race control, mate.
Sort some things out here. Harley, stellar race, mate. First position here tonight for race number 4. How'd you feel? It was a little bit quiet for you there towards the end of the race.
Yeah, mate, wasn't the most exciting race towards the end, but certainly was at the start and pushed pretty hard with Duran there. So, yeah, it was a pretty good race for myself. Pretty happy to take the win.
No, great effort, and good to see you get the win here tonight at Mount Panorama. Jamie McKnight managing to sneak through for second place tonight. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Sure, it was a bit of a surprise at the end to come second. I really wasn't too bothered about where I came as far as race position tonight. It was all about the championship and making sure that I finished just behind Kyle. Well done to Harley. Great win, mate. He's always got some pace around here at Bathurst and many other tracks. And well done to Kyle. And yeah, particularly I think Jacob's improved a lot this season, so really enjoyed the race. And just before I let you go, if I win the overall championship, obviously I'm not keeping the voucher. I'd like to donate that voucher back to Wheelybins towards the cost of the races and the cost of the sessions, boys.
It's very generous of you, Jamie. Thank you very much. And I was just about to say that with this second place tonight actually does secure you for the winner of round 4 of the Venom series. So big congratulations to you for that.
Yeah, thanks, Dan, and a special well done to Duran. He's him and I pushed each other over 4 seasons. It was a long championship, and he's I think he would have just come out on top. So congratulations to him either way.
Yeah, we'll get back to Duran. Kyle, number 3 tonight. Good for you. Good finish for this round here in the Venom series.
Yeah, mate. Good result. Good load of points. Unfortunate what happened on the last lap, but credit to Harley anyway and Jamie. Good hard racing. But, yeah, thanks to Wheelybins and thanks to Limelight, yourself, Dan. Thanks to Jamie at West End Mazda. Yeah, I thank everyone.
Thank you guys for taking part. But we will have a bit of a chat to our overall Venom Series champion, Duran, if you're on channel. Congratulations, man. You have been crowned the Venom Series winner for 2018 over the 4 rounds. Absolutely stellar effort over all these races. You've been there, and there's been some ups and downs, but you've come out on top.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. I'd just like to say a special thank you to all the admins of Wheelybins and also to Harley.
Come for a jump, Cookie.
Jamie as well. Also Kyle.
Yeah, good work, mate. Thank you. Great racing. Should turn the car around and go the other way.
It's been great fun. Good racing.
Thank you very much, Duran. It's been a pleasure to have you in the races, and hopefully we'll see you for the next couple of races coming up. And thanks, guys, and thanks you for everyone to participated in the Venom Series as well. Big thank you to you guys.
Love your work, Dan. Good job.
I'll have a bit of a chat to Tyson. Bit of a tough race tonight for you, Tyson.
Mate, a tough race isn't the word, eh? Like, I'm shattered. The team just put a new starter motor in, and she didn't start and had to be moved to pit lane, and yeah, got a lap down and try to crawl it back. But yeah, I'm shattered, bro. Absolutely shattered.
It's unfortunate. You'd made some big improvements in the lead up to this race for this race in the track, and you had yourself a good little third position there in the points for round 4. But there's always next time. We'll be back to battle this mountain once again. But good race nevertheless, and a good round. Well, that's about it here from the mountain. Pretty good racing tonight there, Matt.
Yeah, it was good to see the second, third and fourth positions race. Harley sort of ran away with it in the end, so congratulations to him, but no, it was a great race all round.
Yeah, it's had some ups and downs over the last few races. We've had different championship round winners, and it's unfortunate for Duran not to take the cherry off the cake and get tonight's race win, but managed to take away the championship nevertheless, and awesome result for him. And a big thank you to all the guys who joined in for this series. So we'll be back again in 2 weeks' time. We're going to kick off with a GT3 series, so there's going to be plenty of excitement and hype about for that. Make sure you check out our Facebook page, our website. There's plenty of details on the GT3 series and the Endurance series there. If you're a member of Wheelybins Mayhem Republic, you can check out the Facebook page and find all our details and events there.
Been a fun series.
It was a fun series. It's been great. So, I just got to... Once again, I've got to mute these guys in the background there yakking. Big thank you to all you people watching on the YouTubes tonight. Thank you for guys for tuning in and watching. I appreciate you putting up with us stumbling through and doing these sorts of things. It's all a big fun thing for us to do. Matt, thanks for joining us in the commentary box. I hope I can see you again for the next few broadcasts.
I look forward to being there. Thanks, Dan, for putting them on and everything you do for the broadcast here. So, massive thank you to you for the way it runs smoothly.
Not a problem. We will do it all again. This has been Wheelybins TV. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast. This has been the Venom series. It's all done. It's over. That was race 4 of round 4, the final. Wheelybins TV, brought to you by West End Mazda Limelight Motorsport, presented by Wheelybins and Mayhem Republic. Thank you and good night. We'll see you again next time.